There is a whole wall of money coming at us from the right to convince us that the big ugly law is a good thing.
Right.
And that tariffs are going to transform our economy in a way that's going to create that renaissance in manufacturing. And it's a lot to sell, but they're prepared to sell it. I really believe that we'll see that.
But it is a lie. I'm sorry. It's just... I took basic economy in basic economics in college. Okay, I was a business management major. Go Blue Jays! But it is a lie. I think it is really incumbent on people who know better to say that when they tell you America is collecting billions of dollars from these other countries in tariffs, they're lying because you pay the tariff. Go onto your Amazon account, folks, or not. If y'all not using Amazon, it's your personal business. Wherever you shop. Type in what you're looking for. There is an additional tax on what you are buying 9 times out of 10. And that additional tax you are paying. You know how I know? Because when you put your credit card in and you click confirm, they taking your money. This is what it boils down to. Anything else is a lie.
It's true. And the thing is, I think it shows profound disrespect on his part for the working people who he promised he would help. It's not hard to see why he was broke until he won the White House back and then he was able to profit off people, right? But the Trump family is just about the only one doing better under this administration. Regular people are seeing their costs go up, not down. His core promise was, I will bring costs down day one. That's a direct quote.
So I think a combo of Simone and what you just said, and this extrapolating out to the American people, right? You have people who will say they voted for this. And then you have people say, well, they didn't vote for tariffs. But Donald Trump has always told people what his economic vision of this country was. We heard it in the last administration. We saw it in the campaign. So in a sense, people did vote for it. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, and I'll just put it here on the table. I don't know if people are that pressed by all of this. I don't know if people really do care that much at this point.
Why would you say that?
Because I don't see it.
Well, they at the grocery store concerned.
Well,
yes.
But where is that?
They at the big box store concerned.
But where is that being manifested? It's not reflected in any polling that we see per se. When you have people out here talking about, the big ugly bill, right? Those people who know about it don't like it. But the polls are showing the vast majority of Americans don't know about it. So they're still sitting in this space where I don't know how much of this conversation, to your very good point, when they click that button on Amazon, if they fully appreciate what it is, what the back numbers are, why that number is what it is, as opposed to just accepting it, or as we see the Trump administration still trying to do, blaming Joe Biden for any negativity in their economic.
I'll let Terry jump in, but we do have some polling.
Well, yeah.
Well, I was just going to say that Republicans aren't going to abandon Donald Trump overnight.
Right.
That would create a cognitive dissonance, in their mind. But I think that as we tell this story going forward, if we keep it in the headlines and we keep focused on the economy, like the Trump campaign did a very good job of last year, staying on the economy with this group of voters, that we have a chance to keep the opinion really where it needs to be so that it is fact-based, so that it's not the sham that they want to perpetrate. But that's going to take a lot of coordination and staying on this economic message.
It's connecting that dot. That for me is the critical piece here, as we saw with the big beautiful bill and all that played out with the budget last week. How many people were disconnected because the narrative wasn't brought to them in a way in which they
I think people are still going to be disconnected when it comes to that bill because it's very hard to talk to people about reconciliation and a tax bill that might be about spending, but it's really about money for the richest people in the world. And it's like, I'm trying to figure out these costs in my life. But I think prior to that bill, right, and I think that's where the messaging is going to bore itself out going forward, and that's a challenge and maybe an opportunity for Democrats. But there's a Yahoo Finance Mayor's poll today, how Americans are adjusting spending habits due to tariffs, which are a tax. Bates,
45% shopping around for best deals, 34% are holding off on large purchases, 28% are shopping more from discount big box stores, 20% supporting small businesses more often, 17% buying more now in anticipation of higher prices. They're buying 16% buying in bulk, 19% they haven't changed. So there is evidence to Michael's question that some people, even they're not saying the tariffs made me do this, but they're like, this is costing a little more. Like, the American people aren't stupid. They know something's going on.
But I'm just saying, I don't know if I'd love to see the back tabs on that poll to see exactly the kinds of questions that were being asked, so people understood exactly why they're doing what they're doing.
Well, I remember there is data from Trump's own pollster, Tony Fabrizio. This is from several months ago, showing that people hate tax giveaways for the rich already. We all know that. They respond even more negatively when you figure out that part of the price is middle-class families losing their health care so rich people can get a tax cut. And at the same time, polling keeps showing that the tariffs are one of the main things that breaks through with people and gets a negative response, because so many folks have had a personal experience where they felt touched by them. They know someone in their life who has described that to them. And I think that what Trump is doing is he wants to get a bailout from some of these billionaires that he just gave a tax windfall to on the backs of working people.
There you go.
Because they know that they need to spend money on those ads to try and tell folks, hey, this something sandwich tastes like something else. It doesn't, though, because they're living it. And when you're trying to tell people what you're living through is not real, that doesn't resonate. And that's when people throw you out.